Kia ora e hoa mā. So I'm going to do a daily reading. Okay, daily reading. I'm going to do a reading for our e hoa mā. Aroha mai to those of us who have lost someone we've loved. At this time I feel like some of us might need to remember that we will see them again. They'll always be with us, around us. When we think of them, it's because they're around us. And if you're going through loss or grief, it will pass. It's not a nice feeling to be in at the moment, but a necessary healing. So yes, aroha mai to those of us who are thinking of our loved ones that have gone or passed on at this time, or any time. So yeah, aroha nui kia koe. Big loves for you and your family at this time. So, okay, I'm going to do a tarot reading for the energy around our e hoa mā. Please, Spirit Guides, Angels, Tupuna above, and our Heavenly Father, let me see clearly the messages, the energy that we need to know at this time with regard to our e hoa mā. What is the energy, the messages that they need to know at this time? I'm using the Rider-Waite deck today. Ooh, Page of Cups wanted to pop out. This is a beautiful energy, a message of love. It can also represent an apology. So for that to be the overall energy, it's almost like innocent type love energy as well. Could be from someone like a child, youthful. But pages always bring good messages, positive messages of love. And he's got this little ika, little fish in there. You know, it's a cute type feel to it too. So, yeah, beautiful. It's going to be some beautiful messages coming, loving, kind, generous messages coming around you at this time. So that's beautiful. Beautiful energy is the overall energy for our e hoa mā. Cut the deck. An apology. Someone might be getting apologised or needs to apologise. Okay, crowning. Essential energy, 7 of Wands. Passion, fire energy. Grounding energy, challenging us is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Good. I like to see that card in reverse. The Moon card is our grounding energy. Can represent our water sign. Okay, past energy is the 3 of Cups. Beautiful. More water energy. Celebrating friendships, good times. Wow, the crowning energy is the Knight of Cups. So yet again, he's the most romantic knight in the deck, bringing forth his cup. Not quite the King of Cups, but something could be early, someone you've just met, someone you're going to meet. In our future energy, there we go, the Emperor can represent Aries, the 4, a major arcana. With the Moon, that's two major arcana. These are major events happening in our life, and our grounding energy and our future energy. Okay, how people are seeing us is the 7 of Swords, air energy, communication, strategy, can represent deception, deceit, and thievery. So taking things that don't belong to you. In our environment is the 9 of Pentacles. She's that beautiful energy of independence, financially secure, looking good, smelling good, doing her thing on her own. And our hopes and fears is change. The World card, chapters closing, new beginnings. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands. She is very esoteric in herself, spiritual with her black cat there. She is aesthetically beautiful. She is drive, ambition, that feminine energy of motivation, powerful energy of mature, powerful energy of I am doing well for myself. With the Wands energy, like action, she speaks and does. So as she speaks, she's doing, sort of energy. Although aesthetically beautiful, she also is beautiful on the inside, spiritually in tuned. Yeah. And our bottom of the deck energy is the Six of Swords. Movement from calm, clear. Movement from calm waters to... No, it's from choppy waters to calm waters. Choppy. Out of a situation that's not so good for us mentally into something more calmer. Our thoughts will be tauterangi Māori and more peaceful. So right off the bat here, feeling like someone's defensive or holding up their defensive with regards to some kind of endeavour that they're doing or some sort of action orientated task. They're holding the fort. They could be possibly really determined to keep going on with this project regardless of what other people are saying right now. Can also represent a lot of sort of not combative energy, but people trying to get their nose in your business as well. That's what I'm feeling for some of us. With the Ten of Wands as our what's crossing us, I'm seeing this as, I'm sorry, it's the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. So this is usually the card of the wounded warrior. However, it's in the reverse. So some of us are coming out of feeling defeated, feeling like can't go on, or we don't need to be persistent or persevere as much. So we're coming out of that energy, which is great. I don't know why I read that first. However, in our so that's why, because it's a crossing energy. Yep. So that's our crossing energy. And our grounding energy is the Moon card. So this can symbolize sort of some kind of shadowy type deception, illusion, deluded, not being able to see clearly because the moon only illuminates the path in front of it. And there's always these dogs here represent our subconscious and our conscious, or our fears, what we fear. We sometimes fear what we can't see or what's not illuminated. And this little crab here could represent Cancer, the star sign, but it's also that sort of like seeking the truth or seeking to be illuminated, coming out of this depth, this emotional depth, because the moon represents a real deep emotion. So it's sort of coming out of this emotional depth into more clearer situations. It can represent sort of not seeing clearly at this time situations around us. It could be anything pertaining to our emotional sort of shadow sides as well, like our fears that we are secretly keeping within our own wairoa without having some, nothing's illuminated or nothing's come out into the clarity is yet to be revealed type energy. There's still this aspect of not knowing. But with the sun in the background, I feel like for some of us it's, you know, with the crab coming out of the water, it's we're kind of coming out of that depth of unknowing and sort of illusion into more clearer clarity, which is great. Sort of overcoming our fears, you know, changing our mindset. In our past energy, we've got the Three of Cups, so a lot of celebratory type energy in our past with friends, family. How it's aspected, I feel like it's a very, you know, positive energy with the Page of Cups as our overall energy. Okay, a story just came to me just then. Maybe, possibly, some of us are maybe holding back a secret about a third-party situation, or we're unaware as well, unaware of a third-party situation too. You know, sort of met someone and wasn't aware they were still with someone else. So, you know, this is that whole shadowy, secretive side, coming to terms with that possibly. But with the Knight of Cups in our crowning energy, this could be our energy or that of someone else coming forward with a beautiful message of, you know, that love, cup full of love, ready to offer it, but it's very early stage type with the Knight. Not as early as the Page, but that seems to be progressing. So the energy is, there's obviously some kind of message here of love. It doesn't have to be toward romance. It just could be some real beautiful messages of love and support, tautoko, emotional, uplifting messages, you know, clarity into things, apologies, gifts, beautiful gifts, loving gifts, kind gifts, you know, that sort of koha type, you know, out of the blue, you know, without any reason really. And I'm drawn to these wings on his feet, so it'll be, you know, sort of out of the blue type gifting or out of the blue messages, sort of, you know, not as fast as the Knight of Swords, but, you know, fast enough to not see them sort of coming as well. And with the Emperor energy and our future energy, this can represent our own energy, wanting to have more control over a situation, especially if this is resonating with sort of having a past, a grounding energy of not knowing, and sort of all these passionate type loving, you know, these cups and rods of passion that are surrounding us at this moment. The energy of that could be quite overwhelming, you know, and intense, over the top, unaware of, not ready for this kind of information. You know, it's kind of that kind of information, but however we're going to manage it, just like the Emperor, we're going to be in control, be calm, allow it to sort of soak in, digest it, and let it go if needs be, or embrace it if it needs be. Because people are seeing us as the Seven of Swords. This is air energy. This can be depicted negatively, but however, I'm feeling like this is more you're thinking strategically about, you know, possibly how you're going to go forward with communication, with your thoughts. When you're being strategic, you can sort of be thinking about yourself, and with the Five of Swords, holding the Five of Swords, so there can be that feeling of being a little bit unhanded. However, you know, you've left two swords there, you know. So I just feel like, you know, there's just this kind of energy of, I'm going to try this way, try these steps, try this thinking. It's not in sort of your normal type of thinking, you're changing it up. I did say mindset, so it's probably five's a change. You're holding on to 5 swords, so It is a 7, depicted as a 7, but however this person or this energy or this type of event or energy around us right now is that of, for ourselves, we're needing to think strategically, and often when we start thinking about ourselves, we could be thinking, oh, is this, selfish sort of type energy? Am I, but you've got to do these sort of, this type of thinking. Thinking is not an action. So what you're thinking, yes, it does manifest into possibly becoming reality. However, at this stage, it's sort of like you're still thinking about it, because once you become the 8 of Swords, that's when you're imprisoned and you're really in your head about what you want to do, and sort of that self-harm, self-sabotage thinking. So this is you trying to get a hold on your thoughts right now, and thinking strategically about where you want to go forward with this type of energy that you're thinking right now. Because in our environment is the 9 of Pentacles. So these are people, this could be your energy emanating around you, or that you're able to see at this time. So it's a lot of independence, people working very hard. It's, these tangible material things, maybe you're seeing that in your environment. A lot of people are buying new cars or getting their hair done, or, just very monetary type energy going on around you. I'm feeling like for some of us, that's probably why we're feeling a little bit 7 of Swordsy right now, because you don't want to get caught up in the flow of where everyone else is going. You're kind of wanting to do your own kaupapa, your own whakaaro. You want to take what's yours and sort of run with that. Literally, he's taking 5 swords and running with it. Whether or not it's somebody else's thinking or your own thinking, it is that mindset of, I don't want to be a sheep. I want to be my own independent too energy as well. And then you've got the World card as your hopes and fears, because you feel it coming, a change. Something's coming to an end, and a beautiful new beginning is going to go forward with the World card. The World is always positive, beautiful growth, new beginnings coming in for you. This is definitely something you can fear for, fear or hope at the same time. It's like, change, especially if you're a earth sign and fixed sign, change is not something we take very easily. Can sort of not tower moment us, but can upset our whakaaro, can make us think differently. So beautiful though that it's an energy that's in our hopes and fears. So the outcome is the Queen of Wands, and she is ambitious, headstrong. This woman walks into the room, and the party can't start without the Queen of Wands. She's got this grace, this energy, this charisma about her that turns heads. It can cause conflict, or it can cause, uplifting, dependent on the person who's viewing her and what perception they have of her. The Queen of Wands is beautiful, aesthetically usually. She is very spiritual with her little black cat there. Not quite as icy as the Ice Queenie as the Queen of Swords, but she is very assertive when it comes to herself. She's not trying to change the world. She's just being herself and going forward as herself. So that's a beautiful energy of I am here. This is me. This is what I can do. Action. She's a wand, the Queen of Wands. I speak and then do. So that's beautiful energy. And at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So moving out of situations that are troublesome. With the Seven of Swords, we're feeling, you know, moving out of this thinking of, you know, I'm going to move forward, going into calmer waters, calmer thinking. These Six Swords all represent, you know, medals of honor type energy. They're all standing up nice and straight, good or bad. I'm taking them with me. They are my lessons learnt from the situation that you've just come from that's a bit troublesome, and going forward into, you know, into a better thinking thought. You know, calm, clear, tauterangi Māori type energy. Six is a harmony, so that's really beautiful. I'm going to grab a goddess deck today. See what messages come out for us today with regard to the goddess deck. It's one. The Spirit, guides, angels, heavenly powers, spirit guides. What message do you have for us today? Hope you've all had a good week. That's two. And we'll grab one more. Okay, so the first card that came out was Kali. Kali, endings and beginnings. So the old must be released so that the new can enter. Almost like that death card energy, you know, things that no longer serve our greater good. Forgive, forget, move forward, let it go, release. In order for, you know, new growth. That lotus flower is symbolic of abundance, prosperity, good fortune. Kali is a beautiful energy too of it's inevitable, these endings, in order for beginnings to begin. Hard, however hard they are, they're here to teach us a lesson and then allow us to move forward, sort of leveled up, you know, into the next phase of our journey. So that's beautiful energy. Then we've got Ixchel or Ixchel. You are a channel for divine healing power, the medicine woman. So channels are like what she's doing. She's putting her arms up to the universe and allowing the healing to come through her to someone else or through her to herself. So being the channel allows, like you're a vessel for the energy to come through you and on to others. So right now you could be seen as someone who's going to be very healing for those around you. You know, healing yourself too at this time, or allowing yourself to be a channel for healing others too, I'm feeling as well. And then we've got Bast. She's representative of independence. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So that sort of highlights for me, consolidates the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords energy. You're going through a thinking time right now, strategically thinking about your independence, about where you want to go forward and what you want your life to look like. Is it going to be this way? Is your mindset going to stay the same? If it stays the same, nothing's changing. So I need to change. I need to change my thinking. I need to change my environment. I need to change the people that I might be associating with. You know, that goes with Kali as well. You know, you've got to end something in order to grow, and going forward. However, healing may need to take place before these endings. Allow yourself to be healed before you can end and begin again. Because if you don't heal yourself fully and you go forward, you're taking all of those rari-raris with you into your new phase that you think you're going through, and reproducing the same sort of energy again. So yeah, if you want this, you need, or maybe you need to be independent right now, be on your own, feel alone, in order to heal, in order to grow, and possibly let, allow yourself to let these energies sort of mix and mingle together, merge together, so that you can grow and ascend and be a better version of yourself. I feel like most of us are feeling like there's something more to me, there's something more to me. With the Queen of Wands as our outcome, it's sort of like there's got to be more to me. There's got to be more. I just feel like some of us are wanting more. You're passionate about something more. You could be looking at your environment and seeing all this abundance and prosperity and thinking, why is it different for me? I've done the same, we went to the same, we did the blah. It's just that kind of energy of like, I've got to think strategically now and really decide whether or not this is the path I want to take still. Because I feel like some of us might be hitting a brick wall. Not literally, or, just, not hitting a brick wall, just going through some changes, more thinking at the moment. However, the Queen of Wands, that action, she'll be in the energy as the future outcome. So maybe taking on the energy of being more proactive, constructive, bossing up, don't just say it, do it. Maybe that's the change you need. Stop talking about it and get on with it. Strategize how you're going to do that. You had you've got all this emotional gifting of abundance or kōrero coming through. So yeah, that'll do for tonight. So aroha nui, e hoa ma. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Apopo.